Aloha, we're here with Guy Buffet, who's one of our original artists. He's been with us since the very beginning, 45 years ago, and he just got back from France, spending a year in France. Guy, do you want to tell us a little bit about your last year?
Well, yes, actually I spent almost a year in France. Unfortunately, all the restaurants and my favorite cafes were closed. But I didn't mind to be confined. I was in the country and I had time to paint a lot. And then, now I'm back in California for a few months. And so everything is fine. And I'm glad we're coming out of this pandemic. And I'm looking forward to better time for everybody.
Thank you so much, Guy. Your new paintings are beautiful too. We're so happy that you're here. Thank you. Here for the 45th anniversary show with Steve Matson. Steve, how are you? And can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration for your beautiful moving paintings?
I'm doing great, thank you. Good to be back in the
We're
gallery.
happy you're here. We're so
absolutely.
happy.
So good. I was inspired to do these a long time ago, 30 years ago, when I started getting into digital animation for film and television. But of course, back then it was a little early. The TV monitors were about this big and about that deep, and the resolution was terrible. And some of the software was there, but everything else was not. So I had to wait 20 years before I could actually pull this kind of thing off. That was a long wait, but it was a good process. In the meantime, when I was waiting, I got into the movie business and honed my skills in this craft. Never stopped, never looked back.
Well, we sure appreciate them. They're amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Mahalo. Here with Carrie Graber. We're so excited that she is now a part of our Ohana. And welcome, Carrie.
Thank you. Aloha.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your style, which is so cool? I love your work.
My style. So if you go back, I have to incorporate lots of traditional, probably mid-century illustration, traditional American illustration style, and the fine art, non-representational stuff. So I try to combine those things into awesome compositions and also tell a good narrative that's very interesting to anybody that happens to see it.
Thank you so much. They're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Here with Elaine Hughes, another wonderful artist joining us tonight for our 45th anniversary celebration. And she's standing in front of her new work. Elaine, can you tell us a little bit about your process and the way you get your beautiful paintings so textured and rich looking?
Yes, my paintings are oil paintings, and so I'll draw it on the canvas with charcoal pencil, and then I paint everything with the palette knife. So that's why it has a texture. I don't use brushes at all.
They're amazing. The detail is something else. Thank you so much, Elaine. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're hanging out with former Disney animator and artist Doug Bull on the Big Island of Hawaii, Lahaina Galleries, 45 years. Doug, what's the story of this new painting and your connection with the girl in the painting?
This painting was actually done in a plein air workshop. We were painting this particular model, and I did work twice from the model, and then the painting, I took it home and I just worked from my memory. And
wow, it's stunning. Are you happy with it? Yeah, you are.
yeah,
It's
this
pretty.
is a painting that I wanted to keep in the house, and my wife kept saying, "You've got to take this to the gallery. They'll like it." I said, "No, we're going to keep it here." And that dialogue went on for about 2 years.
Okay, next to it, we love the dancers. But dancers backstage, they're pretty awesome. Here's the other brand new one by you. It's called Moonrise at the Point. Get close to it, Doug. Is this a point near your house, and what's your story with this?
Yes, this particular point is called Laupahoehoe Point. We have a house that's right up above this point, and we see where the ocean breaks right down below this area right here. And every night I take my dog out because he's getting older. We need to go out so he can do his business, and we see the moonlight, we see the ocean, we see the moon reflecting on the ocean and the moon in the clouds, and I just have such a love for this spot and for, you know, the effects of the light on the ocean that I had to do this painting. It was one of those paintings that I've wanted to do for several years, and I just, in the last, during the COVID, I had the time to do it, so I just broke, you know, dove in with all 4 feet, and happy I did.
It's a stunning piece. Thanks, Doug.
This is Ronaldo Macedo. How are you today?
I'm great.
Good. How long have you been with Lahaina Galleries?
Since 1997.
Wow, it's a long time.
You do the math.
I'm not going to do any math. So tell us a little bit about your work and what inspires you most about painting here on the island.
Yeah, I paint mostly in oils, and my work consists of plein air painting as well as studio paintings. And my daily routine is usually I either go outside and paint, or I'll go to the studio and do, you know, studio work. And most of the studio work is based on outdoor sketches. It's pretty much, you know, the best way to work in the studio would be to painting from outdoor sketches, and to be able to go outside every day and paint any time of the day I want, or any day of the month.
Sounds like a good life.
The weather's been incredible in Maui and allows you to paint almost every day.
Do you have a favorite image that you like to paint?
I think the harbor is probably my best subject that I like to paint, just because of it has everything that I really love. It has the boats, it has the West Maui Mountains. I like painting reflections, and I love the water. So I'll say the harbor is my favorite subject matter.
Nice. That looks like a new piece for the show today.
It is a brand new
celebration.
piece.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Love it. Looks great. Well, thank you, Ronaldo.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to hear a little bit about your artwork and what inspires you to be here in the gallery.
Definitely. I grew up in the gallery. My dad's been with Lahaina Galleries for my entire lifetime, since 1992. And I'm really lucky to be a part of the team now. Everyone's super welcoming. I'm super inspired by scenes on Maui too, and portraits, and I'm really drawn to the compositions and coloring and lighting at the beach or water reflections. I feel like the composition speaks to me, and then I want to paint it.
It feels like you really capture the colors of Maui. I mean, it just really looks like you have the blues and the sand colors, and I especially love your tree painting over there. Can you tell me a little bit about that
Thank you so
one?
much, Christine. That beach is actually here on Baldwin. I spend a lot of time at that beach, and I'm sitting like behind the trees, and I really liked the different layers and levels and textures that it all kind of came together.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you
How
so
fun
much.
to come from an artistic family.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sienna. All right, we've got Robert Lyn Nelson over here to my left, who has been with the gallery for many, many years. Can you tell me how many years that might be, or
I've
since
been with
when?
him since the beginning, 45 years.
That's great.
We grew up together. It's been a lifetime of shows and everything else that goes with it. I've been painting 7 days a week, for 60 years already.
Wow.
Still doing it. It's called spiritual awareness, and it's sort of a metaphysical abstraction, just entirely out of my head. Whereas this is more representational, and this is just a impressionistic view of a jacaranda on Maui. And this is, I love music, and this is based in Cubism,
I love that. It feels like when you look at that, it just like you can hear the music coming out of it. It's beautiful.
wonderful. That was my intention, to
Yeah, I
feel the music.
I've been with Lahaina Galleries since I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Which calculates to like 1985.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been many wonderful years.
Do you have a favorite memory about Lahaina Galleries?
Yeah, I remember some of my best memories were the Friday night art nights down on Front Street. And then when we were done, we would walk down to the other end of town and go to Avalon, and everybody would gather and eat and drink and be merry.
That sounds like fun. Tell me a little bit about the sculpture that you have here.
This is calcite. Calcite is actually a healing stone. that is mined in Utah. And it's super translucent. The light just goes right through it. And I love doing abstract shapes and just barely suggesting a form in them.
Beautiful. It's always fun to try and figure out what exactly it is in your forms.
Everybody sees them different too.
Yeah.
You can ask 10 different people what they think it is, and you might get 10 different answers, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Steve, and we're so happy that all the artists are here tonight in Wailea to celebrate 45 years.